phrase you hear a lot in sports is mental toughness, which I think kind of culminates with what you've been talking about. How do you grow your mental toughness? I mean, it can be, again, hard. I can think back to Little League baseball, giving up a game-winning hit as a pitcher and crying my eyes out after the game. I can still remember those sort of moments. So how does somebody improve their mental toughness as an athlete throughout their growth to put themselves in a position where you can hopefully forget about the negatives as much as you can and really focus on the positives, focus on the next step versus looking back in the past?
Yeah, I love this question because to be honest, it's such a real part of sport, whether you're at the youth level or whether you're in the professional space. Like, these failures and everything is really inevitable, unfortunately, right? We know at the end of every season, only one team's on top, and next year it's probably someone different. So being able to be resilient through difficulties and failures is an important thing. And, mental toughness is certainly the terminology that coaches use, that we hear often, that people want to be mentally tough. And what we're really talking about there is they want to be able to mentally manage themselves through difficult times, right? So I actually prefer the term mental flexibility, because when we think about mental toughness, we just need to put our blinders on and we need to go through this hard time and hope that we come out successful. But if we're able to take a step back and look at it more nimbly, and mental flexibility, that means that I can adjust and I can pivot and I can develop with this, and in so being open to more self-awareness and more opportunity. And the reason that this is important is because there's really two ways to develop our mental flexibility and having a high-performing mindset. And the one way is very skill-based, right? Well, they're all skills, but very much like, in this moment, what am I going to do? And how do I build this repetition in so I can draw on that skill when I need it? So we talk about things like breathing, and you don't just breathe in the moment when you need to settle yourself. You need to have breathed before you got there. And there's very, very specific ways, right? Being able to refocus using specific focus cues. You don't come up with focus cues in the middle of the moment that you need it. You will have trained and thought through that process and practice what your routine is when you need that focus cue, when you need that focus to show up for you. It's very similar to training physical skills in sport or in weightlifting or in whatever it is that you're putting that demand on your body to perform. Nobody walks into the weight room and hears the strength and conditioning coaches talk about how important it is to do squats and then say, thank you, I'll see you next week, and then get mad when they come in next time and talk about squats. No, you sit there right there and you do the squats, right? You get the repetition in, and they come in next week and they do squats again because they keep getting stronger, right? And I think when we have that lens of mental conditioning, like, how are we building in the repetition for this mindset to be trained so it can be there when we need it, not hope that it shows up depending on if we've scored the first point or not.